Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first ever weekly show. I'm your host, Charlie Cohen, and today we have a very special guest, our own principal, Mr. Grierson. Roll the intro. Hi, Mr. Grierson. Thanks for being here today.
It's my pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me.
You're welcome. Okay, let's start. Hold on, wait, let me just look at my teleprompter quickly. What? I'm so confused. I didn't write that. Oh, there it is. Let's start with the most important question of the day.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm tired. I don't know about you, but I'm exhausted. It is currently a Tuesday. It is Tuesday, October 20th. It's the 46th day of school, and it's about 4 o'clock. So I'm pooped. It's been a busy day, and I know that it's already been a busy week for everyone. But I don't know if you know this about me, but Tuesdays are actually my least favorite day of the week. I feel like it's the difficult time when the novelty of Monday and seeing everyone again after the weekend is worn off, and it feels like a bit of a grind. But now that we're through it, I feel a bit of relief. So I'm okay. I'm just tired, and I think that after a night's rest, I'll be good to come back to Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday and fulfill the week as smoothly as possible. So I'm okay.
Great. So next one, what do you like most about being a principal?
Oh, wow. I would say I like just being able to connect with the students and staff members here at JLS. That's the coolest thing about being a principal, is that you get to see everyone doing a lot of different things all the time. Um, it's kind of like being a teacher in a way, because a teacher sees a lot of different students. A principal sees a lot of teachers and a lot of students. Um, I I enjoy the task of making sure that everyone has what they need, and also solving problems and helping people. So I would say that I like that level of responsibility that comes from being a principal.
Great, that's pretty cool. So here's a good one. How is being principal sort of changed with our whole lockdown, coronavirus, all that stuff?
Uh, I would say the biggest change is having um, a lot, a lot of Zoom meetings all the time. And so, we would normally have meetings in person, or I would go to the district office for meetings, or I'd get to see students all the time. Two things have changed drastically. One is I don't get to see students all the time, and I'm bummed about that, because I actually really enjoy um, seeing students, checking in with students, asking about how their days are going, or what their life is like right now, or how the class went. I like seeing people in the breezeway. I like seeing people at lunchtime. I like seeing people at brunch, before school, after school, all the extracurricular events. I miss all of that. Um, and that's been replaced with like a million plus one Zooms all the time. And I struggle to find balance, because with all the Zooming, I have a hard time keeping track of time. Like, time passes really quickly sometimes, and time drags really slowly during other times. So that's been sort of the hardest challenge in these coronavirus times.
Yeah, I guess I remember a lot of the stuff that you were saying that you miss. I definitely remember a lot of that stuff from last year, when it's amazing if you think we were in school and it's been like what, 7 months
Yeah.
plus since we've actually been in a school, been in a classroom. It's quite crazy.
The last day we had school was Friday, March 13th. I don't know if you
Yeah.
remember. And then we had a few weeks before spring break, and then we had a couple months, and then our summer break. And now we're in week 10, I think, right now. So we've had
Yeah.
10 weeks of school so far. And that's, it feels like we're sort of coming into a bit of a routine, but it's just really hard. And I think that people can get tired really easily.
Yeah, I definitely get tired quite easily. I find myself waking up later than I used to. All
I'm
that.
still waking up early because I'm here at JLS. I'm in the office right now, and so we're usually at work or at school. I usually get here around 7:30 in the morning, and then I'm here at least until 4 every day, and then of course I do work in the evening and over the weekend sometimes too. But it's different. It's really different.
Yeah, it's kind of funny to think that like you're at work and I'm just still sleeping
Yeah, check it
in
out.
my bed.
There's the Sundial Courtyard right out there.
That is something I definitely remember.
Yeah.
Mm.
And normally I would have a mask on, right? I mean, we use masks all the time now. So as soon as I step outside my office, I have to have this on. Um, but since we're doing an interview, I can keep it off. I'm also the only one in my office right now.
Nice. Okay, let's see. What's one like extracurricular skill that you sort of developed by just being at home?
Let's see here. An extracurricular skill?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, one skill I've developed. Uh, I think I've gotten better at backwards planning to my deadlines. So like managing my time is something I've gotten better at with the lockdown. And it's a skill because obviously we have a lot of different deadlines upon all of us. Like students have assignments, teachers have like grade deadlines, for example. We all have different projects we have to fulfill as part of our responsibilities. And one of the things that I've gotten better at is developing a system so that I can meet my deadlines. So for example, tonight's a Tuesday, tomorrow's a Wednesday. I'm thinking about what I'm going to write in my weekly message to the JLS community that goes out tomorrow. And then on Thursdays and Fridays, I think about what I'm going to write to the staff so that they have something helpful and hopefully a little bit inspirational to read come Monday morning. Because I do a lot of communication through writing. Obviously not a lot of pre-recorded things, but the writing component is a big part of my job and a big part of my responsibility.
Nice. So do you think like it's been like positive or negative for you, and in what way? Lockdown.
Both. I think a lot of us consider it to be sort of good and bad. Like um, I miss going places. I miss traveling. I miss seeing friends. I miss going to parties. I mean, all that stuff I miss. I miss sporting events. I miss other extracurricular events like dances. I'm sorry that we can't have concerts and performances like we typically would. I really miss those things. But then I also really appreciate the fact that there have been some silver lining events that go along with this new format, right? Like everyone's gotten really good at video conferencing, and because we've done it so much. And I also think that people are a little more aware of things that they typically wouldn't be. Like we've started doing weekly parent network meetings on Wednesday mornings for parents to tune in and see how things are going. And we've separated by grade level. And so our counselors and our grade level admins, like the assistant principals, and I have put together presentations for the parents that I think have been helpful. So that level of awareness, I think, has been good. On the sort of the sense of loss or the negative side, I think we all just really miss hanging out together. And I know we're looking forward to the days when we can be physically closer together and back at school as one large community.
Nice. Okay, now I want you to think really carefully before you answer this one. Okay, are you completely sick and tired of being on Zooms all the time?
Sick and tired? No. Sometimes I get impatient. I do get frustrated. So like we do silly stuff, like we'll, fake like we're throwing something at somebody else and then somebody has to like catch it all of a sudden, or we might start like dancing, or like we do something to try and liven it up. But today, I think I was on like 10, maybe 10 or 11 Zoom calls today, just today. And one of them we tried to end, actually one of them we switched it to just like a regular, good old fashioned conference call on the telephone because we were sick of looking at screens. And so I'm not like sick and tired, but I I get fatigued and I do get impatient, but then I'm also kind of a goofball and I like having fun with people. So we try to keep things interesting.
Yeah, that's actually kind of amazing to think like I'm at a normal day of school and this is like my fifth Zoom and you've been on like double that.
Yeah, but I mean, granted, they're sometimes shorter, and sometimes the Zoom calls that I'm on are like, 10, 15 minutes, and then other times they're 3 hours or more, and that can be a bit of a drag.
Yeah.
But
Okay, on a completely different subject,
yeah,
what is, I'm going to ask you a question. I just want you to tell me the first thing that pops into your head.
okay,
A song.
like any song, like any
Yeah.
musical song.
Yeah. What's the first song that pops into your head when you think of just a song?
Okay, well, 80s week was last week, right? And following current events, I don't know if you know this, but I know many people were devastated by the sad news of Eddie Van Halen passing away. And if you don't know who that is, don't worry. He's a famous musician from the 1980s. He played in a rock band called Van Halen. His real last name is Van Halen. And he was an incredibly talented guitarist. And so I have a few Van Halen albums on CD because I'm that old, and my car still has a CD player. So I have a favorite album, and on that album, it's I think Panama is probably my favorite Van Halen song. So I was listening to the song called Panama, which is kind of fun. But then I would say my favorite song that I just made my own kids listen to, because I have a daughter that's in 7th grade and a son that's in 5th grade. And the song that I made them listen to is called Eruption, like a volcano eruption, right? And what's cool about it is that this guitarist named Eddie Van Halen uses an electric drill, if you can picture that, an electric drill on his guitar to play it. And as he's triggering the drill, it goes zzz, right? It plays along the strings of the guitar. It sounds really cool. So
Yeah.
that was the most recent song I was listening to in the car. It's called Eruption.
So that's the one you'd pick.
Yeah, I'd check it out. Yeah.
Okay, well, anyways, that wraps it up for the first episode of the weekly show. But I have to say, we do really enjoy all the great things that you've done for school. So definitely keep up the great work. Thanks for coming.
Of course. Charlie, thank you so much for having me. I really enjoyed my time. I look forward to potentially coming back. You did a wonderful job. And thanks to all the members of the Panther community that are tuning into this.
You're welcome. So thanks all the community, everybody's watching this, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Bye for now.